If you're a real estate team lead, you're probably trying to do one of two things: either increase your current agent's production or attract more agents to grow your team. What if I told you there's a method that 99% of team leads have never tried or even heard of that's helped agents like Mike add over $100,000 to his revenue within just 4 months? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how you can start implementing it today for completely free. So make sure to stick around. The challenge is most of the traditional strategies that you're probably used to are failing or they're too slow. There's Zillow, where you get a bunch of leads, half the time they're shared, otherwise you're having to shell out 12 grand, 15 grand a month to get these leads. Facebook and Instagram don't get me started on these platforms. You get a bunch of leads who have no clue who you are, don't know why you're calling, anything like that. Direct mail can work, but it's just very inconsistent, takes a while, very long sales cycles. Same with Google Ads, similar to like Facebook and Instagram. It's just cold leads, usually not very qualified. Obviously you can cold call, door knock, but we all know nobody really loves doing those. And you can work your sphere, of course, but then you're not really going to be able to grow past the point where your sphere is you're limited by your sphere, basically by your network, right? That's really the problem. You get inconsistent, cold, time consuming, most importantly, what I've seen, low quality leads, whether you're attracting agents who are just low quality or attracting deals for the agents, right? That's the biggest problem I've seen. Now, the new way, what I'm going to show you is you tailor or you combine all three of these. You combine organic, which is having a presence on a social media platform, which is what I'm going to show you. Use warm audience, so retargeting your current audience. What we're going to focus on is the cold traffic. So someone who's not familiar with you already, I have other videos breaking all of this down, but what we're going to focus on is this, because if you can crack cold traffic, you can go and grow your business exponentially, because cold traffic is someone who's never seen you before. And this is what's tough to crack. This is why a lot of times people get low quality leads, is because they're going to cold traffic and they're not warming them up at all. So what I'm going to show you is how you can get warm, pre-sold, ready to go sellers or ready to go agents, right? So the first thing I want to go over is the referral quality funnel. This is going to be if you want to get more deals for your team, for your current agents, for yourself as well. This is what I talk about in all my videos. This is my bread and butter on what I've spent over $100,000 testing and running for agents. So the first part of it is we're going to target motivated homeowners. Now, the biggest problem I've seen in the industry, like I mentioned a second ago, is it always comes down to lead quality. So like I've done Facebook, Instagram, all of the platforms out there, and I've just seen with those platforms, the average conversion rate across the industry is like 1 to 2%. So out of 100 leads, you're getting one or two of them that are actually going to make a move. And sometimes it's even less than that, which to me is ridiculous. But a huge part of that is because you're not able to target people in the market. So with this system I'm going to show you, it's actually YouTube ads. YouTube's owned by Google. So we're able to, number one, geo-target people in specific cities, neighborhoods, zip codes, counties. So you can only get leads in your local market, but also you can get this is the most specific you can get on any of the platforms. And along with that, it's all based off of search intent. Intent is the key word. Whereas we're only targeting homeowners, so this is paired with someone who owns a home, right? They own a home and they're looking up, I need to sell my house fast, how to sell my home, tips to sell my home, realtors near me, anything like that. These are examples. What I do for my one-on-one clients is have a keyword research tool that uses AI to find out what people are most likely searching in your specific market, and then we go and double down on that. So really the first part of it is we're only getting people who are actually in the market. So with these YouTube ads, I'm seeing homeowners typically have timelines of 2 to 3 months or less of when they're looking to sell, as compared to the typical 6 to 12 month timeline of most online leads, most lead sources. The next part of it is using a custom branded video, because it is YouTube, of course, so it's going to be a video. Now, the reason, so YouTube's owned by Google. You might be wondering, why are Google leads so bad then? Well, it's because they don't know who you are before they click on the ad, right? So even like Zillow, Realtor.com, even if those platforms have quote unquote high intent leads, they're still clicking on it with literally, you're nowhere in the process. None of it's actually branded towards you. So not only are you shelling out money to these companies, but you're not actually building your brand in the process. You're pretty much relying on them, and you're not actually building any brand equity, gaining any brand equity in your market. So when you're on video, number one, you build a level of trust that nobody else can build, that you can't build otherwise. And I've seen in today's day and age, when there is so many realtors, everyone and their mother's a realtor nowadays. It's like you need to build trust. You need to differentiate yourself. That's like the only way to stand out, is by differentiating yourself, being different, and running YouTube ads is the way to do that, because if people can see you and hear you, along with the fact that almost no other agents are running YouTube ads, it automatically positions you as that local authority, as that local expert. And these homeowners are subconsciously thinking, hey, if this person is running YouTube ads and they're on my TV, they're on my phone, my computer, my tablet, what do I think they would do for my home? Right? And that it just automatically positions you as an authority when the people are seeing you on their TV, but most importantly, it's all video. So people are always seeing your brand over and over. We're usually getting 30 or 40, 50,000 homeowners per month that are seeing these ads. Now, the messaging in the ad is focused on quality over quantity always, and speaking to serious sellers only. That's a very important part. And when I show you how we're going to attract agents, it's pretty much the same thing. You're just changing up the messaging in the ads, which is what I'll show you. But it's all tailored to your local market as well, and we're prioritizing timelines less than 3 months. Not saying every single person is going to come in looking to sell as soon as possible, but we're prioritizing those people who are actively in the market and then getting them pre-sold on you before you ever come through. Now, after that, that's literally before someone ever becomes a lead, and then they're going to go to this, which is a pre-qualification custom landing page that you're going to have, right? So you want to keep this super, super simple, but what you want to do on this is ask multiple questions to just get a gauge of, okay, is this person actually interested, right? So with these YouTube leads, I found we're getting an average conversion rate of roughly 10%. So 1 out of every 10 leads is roughly closing from these YouTube ads, right? So what we're going to ask before they ever become a lead is, hey, what type of property do you own? What's your timeline to sell? Are you working with an agent, getting their address, and then all their contact info as well? So we're asking all of these questions before they ever have the chance to even enter their information. Now, that's something a lot of agents don't do, but when you pair all of these together, you pretty much get leads who are basically ready to go, because if someone comes through this, they've taken at least 3 minutes to watch this video. They got targeted by this, so we know they're in the market, and they take another minute or two to go through all of this, right? So they're basically 5 minutes before they ever come through. After that, now that person, this is finally a new lead, right? But when you get a notification for these YouTube leads, you're going to want to call these as soon as possible, have someone call these, because these are going to be the warmest online leads you're ever going to see, because they're pretty much already familiar with you. If you have a YouTube channel, you know that the inbound leads from YouTube are always pretty much sold on you. They already feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you before you reach out. So you want to get on these as soon as possible. After that, we use a pre-sell video to basically warm these people up before you ever speak with them. Now, what you can do with this is write down all of the common objections that you get that homeowners are going to give you, and you can pre-handle every single one in this video. Along with that, it's also another touch point. The more times they can see you and hear you, the better. So it's never going to hurt having another touch point with these people, right? So every single lead is going to see this, and they also have the option as well, like we mentioned in the video, they can go ahead and book a free 15-minute consultation with you. Now, what it comes down to is the most serious ones you're going to book on your calendar, but they know you, they like you, and they trust you before you ever make contact with them. So it really changes the entire lead generation dynamic, where you're not just getting cold tire kicker garbage leads who have no clue who you are. You're getting ones that are serious to actually go and just book directly on your calendar, who are pretty much pre-sold, and then again, just ready to go on your calendar. Now, along with that as well, I do automated nurture, set up all these workflows for all my clients as well. That's something you can add. I recommend adding that. But that's really what it comes down to. That's the entire funnel right there. And what I'm going to show you now is how to basically use the same funnel, but just tweak it for agent attraction. And if you're a broker as well, you can use this to attract agents to your office. It's really the same thing. What we're going to do though, it's the same exact criteria, same exact kind of thought process, strategy, is we're targeting motivated agents now. So same geo targeting, all that target. You can target a radius around your office, whatever you want to do, or your city, but it's all going to be based on search intent. So any agent, we're going to target real estate agents. So real estate agents who are looking up real estate team leads, how to grow my real estate business, how to increase real estate sales, real estate agent tips. You get the idea. But again, using AI to find out what realtors are looking up in your market specifically and finding the trending keywords and then targeting those specifically. So we're targeting a realtor who's actively looking this stuff up in your specific market, right? It doesn't get more precise than that. You could go run ads on Facebook or Instagram, but you're not able to barely target anyone at all. You can't target based off of search intent. So, right, we're finding people in the market to grow the real estate business, because we don't just want agents. The key word is motivated agents who are actively looking to grow their business, because we know obviously if they don't do deals, then you're not going to make money from them, right? So that's the most important part. We want producing agents, right? In the next part, we have the custom branded video. Again, same thing, but it's speaking to quality agents. The messaging is attracting serious agents only. It's all custom to your team and your brand, and we're rewarding those fast action, quick decision makers. This is who we're actually focusing on, is those motivated agents. And again, with it, is like they're seeing you on video. They're probably going to see your ad 7, 8, 9, 10 times before they actually click on it. And by the time they do, they're pretty much, again, sold on you. But before they ever come through, we're also pre-qualifying them, of course. So getting, hey, how many years have you been in business? How many deals are you doing a year or per month, roughly? What are your goals? What's your location? Obviously making sure they're local, and then getting their information as well. And that, again, that's all before they ever become a lead, because we want to get the highest converting leads possible. I would rather have 10 really serious, ready to go leads than get 100 people who are just kind of looking around, just curious. Then we use the pre-sale video, again, pre-handling all the common objections, and then getting inbound bookings, the most motivated agents who already know you, like, trust you, to book on your calendar and already trust you and your team before the first call. Right, and that's really all it comes down to. Similar thing with both of these strategies. Right, so now that I have that out of the way, and by the way, if you do want to learn more about this, how I can implement it for you, I do have a 100% money back guarantee as well. Check the link below. Book with me if you want me to implement this entire system for you, if you're serious about scaling your business. But anyways, what I also want to show you is how to use your warm audience. I'm not going to go through organic. That's going to be a separate video, but also how to leverage your warm audience in this video. So these are going to be anyone who's already familiar with you. So if you already are running Google ads, you have a Google My Business profile, anything like that, you can target anyone who's been on your website, who's in your database, and you can retarget those people specifically. Now, what we're trying to do here is replicate the organic sales process, but shorten the time frame. So if you have a YouTube channel, you know it usually takes a couple months of someone of watching your videos over and over to then want to convert with you, right? So the goal with this retargeting is we're basically speeding that up, getting more of your content in there. So if you have a YouTube channel, for example, you can retarget your YouTube users and focus on people who are already familiar with you. You can also upload a list from your database, right? You can upload a list and target those people specifically. Now, what you want to do, there's two different approaches you can take. I know this is kind of a lot, but I just want to go through it so you actually have all the information, because again, I sell implementation, not information. So you can 100% go and take this yourself, which is why I give it to you. You can either do videos focused on conversion, so booking a call, because once a viewer is familiar with you, they go ahead and just book a call. And that's exactly why, as well, with this, we get inbound bookings after they're already familiar with you. Or what you can do is take a value first approach, where you can offer some sort of ebook, some sort of guide. You can do a free webinar to agents who have interacted with your video. Maybe they didn't opt in, maybe they didn't go through the pre-qualification page, maybe they ran out of time, maybe they're uncertain, but you can retarget them with like a free training or a webinar, and you can get 50 agents who have already seen your ads over and over, who are just on the fence, and you can convert a decent chunk of those 10 out of those 50 agents who wouldn't have otherwise converted on a webinar, on a free training, on whatever you want to do. But you're giving them value because they're already familiar with you. So it's going to be, that's not a cold lead anymore, because they're already familiar with you. It's a warm person. We're retargeting them. And then after that, you tie it all back to the appointment, where then you use your sales process and you leverage that your YouTube ads unique selling proposition. Now, what I mean by YouTube ads unique selling proposition is that when someone comes through, you can mention basically the same way that you clicked on our YouTube ad, we do the same thing to prospect for you to go get you homeowners looking to sell. And you can do it for the homeowners as well. Hey, the same way that you clicked on our YouTube ad and now I'm at your house, now I'm at a listing appointment, we do the same thing to market your home, to get it in front of buyers, right? So you leverage that you use the same thing that you use to get them in. Kind of confusing, kind of a tongue twister. But that can be your unique selling proposition. But it's always important that you have some sort of unique selling proposition, whether that's like a 1% team split or something along those lines, flat fee, whatever it may be. Having unique selling proposition is always super important. But what it comes down to is, again, pre-sold, ready to go seller / pre-sold, ready to go agent, whatever your focus is on. Now, I recommend using a mixture of both of these, where you can constantly be attracting agents and getting your current team more deals. But that's the entire process right there. Again, if you're really serious about scaling, go check below, book a call with me. Other than that, if you want to learn a bit more about YouTube ads, you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? Go check the video on the screen that will break it down even in more depth for you, step by step. I'll see you there.